Hey crew, what's up?
This is the Train Together podcast, a guided weights workout. I'm Lana Parks.
And I'm Jack Faulkner.
We're best mates, parents, and experienced personal trainers based in Byron Bay, Australia.
The Train Together podcast is here to help you feel good, move well, and do more of the stuff you love. We nail the basics with simple and sustainable training that complements your life instead of taking over it.
No matter where you're at with your training journey, we will give you everything you need to be confident with your training and get strong for life.
With us in your ears, you'll know what to do, when to do it, and how to lift properly.
We're here to give you high quality guidance and do all of the hard work so you can just show up, put your headphones in, and train hard.
But don't worry, there'll be plenty of banter, shits and giggles along the way.
The Train Together podcast.
It's a workout in your ears.
Let's go! We would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we are recording today, the Arakwal people of the Bundjalung Nation. We would also like to pay our respects to elders past and present.
You're listening to the Train Together podcast with Lana Parks and Jack Faulkner.
Hey
crew, what's up?
Welcome to the Train Together podcast where we've got some shit chat with Lana and Jack.
Chit chat with Lana and Jack.
What
Another
episode?
Episode
we
7.
On? Oh, big stuff, yeah. So today's episode is all about protein.
Protein.
No. What is it? Where does it come from? Why do we need it? How much do you need? Etc. etc. We're going to dive deep into that. Deep-ish, not deep-ish.
Deep-ish. Like, we're not scientists or nutritionists, but we're going to give you as much information as we feel is necessary so that you can go into your kitchen or go into next week and eat a bit more protein and eat the right protein and the right amount or ballpark amount that's going to help you get a lot out of it.
Yeah, that's it. And if you are kind of beginning your training journey or entering your fitness era, then your algorithm is probably spitting out a lot of these high protein meals and all of this content just thrown in your face like protein, and it can be a bit overwhelming. So hopefully we can help you to understand that a little bit more and yeah, you can jump on board those high protein diets. Everyone's given the high protein diets a bit of, what's the word, like flack at the moment? Is that the right word? I've just seen a couple of people
pushing back because you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to be polarizing.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
probably.
they know that it's right. Deep down, they know it's right. But
majority of people aren't eating enough protein in general, right? And also, if you're hitting your protein, or if that's not anything you're interested in, then just keep scrolling.
Exactly, but most likely if you're listening to us or you're seeing this, it's probably something that either you have decided or social media has decided for you, you need to be seeing. So look, with protein, how many people was it, like 6 out of 7 or something in Australia alone aren't getting the amount of protein that they need?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's pretty high, and then it comes down to the type of protein and the quality and the complete protein that you're trying to get in there.
Yes.
But don't let that overwhelm you or put you off, because we're going to talk about it gradually and give you all the stepping stones that you need so you can understand what we're talking about and how much protein you need to get, what protein you should be eating. Bish, bash, bosh, all of the above. That's it.
Before we get into it, Jack.
Into it.
It's
I have a question. Wait. Is it era or error?
Error.
100%.
There was no hesitation there. 100% error.
Wrong.
Well, it's all
Shits
shits
and
and
giggles.
giggles until someone giggles and shits.
I know. That is just terrible. I would hate to be in that situation.
Giggling and shitting.
Or just shitting your pants in general.
Yeah. Anyway.
Been a while?
Yep. Anyway. What do you got?
What have I got? So, I'm going to go with my shit first and then into my giggle. So, for my shit this week, we went to the shop, got a few bits and bobs, put it through, ticked off, bang. You know what? Probably don't have to come to a shop for a couple of days. Sweet. $150. You know, it wasn't much, just a bag and a half. Woolies, expensive. The price gouge people. All right. So, we have a nice dinner that night, go through, yummy brekkie. I get to lunch, open the fridge, and I'm like, there's no food here. $150 literally like 12 hours ago maybe, and there's no food in the fridge. I was like, this has got to be a joke. But we did get nappies and stuff too, and they're not cheap. So anyway, moving on to my giggle, and talking of nappies, they go on little babies, and our babies, our babies on the weekend, they've been sick, so they started daycare, and they in a place where they're better. Teeth don't seem to be hurting them as much at the moment. So we thought, you know what, take the chance to sleep train them. And it was hard, but they took it really well. So we actually had a night
Controversial sleep training.
Sleep training, come at me. What are you going to do? They cried. What are you going to do about it? It worked, and we got a lot of sleep after it. The next night, they went really good. And we've done it before. We did it with Eden. We did it with them. Worked very, very well. And a few tears, few screams, but it was worth it. And everybody in the house is sleeping fairly well now.
Let's go.
Yeah. How about you,
Love
Lazi?
that. What have I got? Let's start on my shit. So my shit, look, first world problems. Yesterday, Monday, I went for a surf at the pass with my dad on a Monday at 10:30. Dad and I had to drag him to the pass for a surf because, he tries to avoid the pass as much as possible. And with good reason, because holy guacamole, Monday, 10:30, shouldn't everyone be at work? No, apparently all, but I'm not. No, but it was the most crowded I've ever seen it, I think, and that's saying something because I've seen it crowded before, but it was just ridiculous. So that was pretty shit. Still had a couple, so it wasn't too shit, but it's just frustrating. Anyway, I could rant about that all day long, but it's okay. First world problem.
My theory is that busy pass, the waves that you get, you probably still get like your good waves add up to the same amount of waves if you got somewhere a little bit quieter that it was a bit shit.
I don't know. I think I'd rather surf
average waves.
Average waves with no one out than really good waves with a million people out. But anyway, onto my giggle. More sporting things. I'm so sporty.
So active. Oh, get it.
So I played golf on the weekend for the first time ever with my family and with my partner, Ryan. And it was a good old giggle. It was fun. I mean, I was shit at it, but...
Yeah, I know, but that's a given at golf to start.
Yeah. I thought, look, everyone's been telling me, not everyone, my parents and Ryan have been like, you need to get into golf, and I've always been like, no, fuck that, golf, that's lame. But I'm a golfer girl now. One game of golf and
got the golf skirt, set of clubs.
Yeah, let's go. I had all the gear and absolutely no idea.
It's all about looking the part on the golf course, because even the best guys hit it, they shank it half the time anyway.
I can actually see why the boys all like going to play golf now. You just have a couple of beers, you're hooning around in a golf cart.
Hey, especially
Henry came too as well. Henry came as well though, so, and he froths it, like he loves it, and he was keen the whole time. I thought he'd get over it, but he was...
he's whipping around in a golf cart. They'll keep, like, you and him, same mental age. So, you know what? He didn't have the beers.
You'd think he'd get bored, though, but he was...
into it.
Yeah, loved it.
With his favourite people outside doing fun stuff.
No complaints.
Back to protein. You're listening to the Train Together podcast with Lana Parks and Jack Faulkner. Protein. Lana
Let's
Parks.
get into it.
Why?
All right, so... a couple of main benefits that we want to get across to you as to why you should be eating protein or eating more protein and trying to hit your protein target is if you're training recovery, all right? So your recovery is going to be better, yeah? Less soreness, okay? Less DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, you can hopefully get more out of just everything else in life as well. So just overall, we're going to feel better, recover better, and be able to do more of the stuff that we love.
Tick.
More surfing at the pass in the
crowds. In the crowds, yeah.
From there, when you're recovering better, when you go into your sessions, right, you're going to get better results, yeah? Because when you're in there, you can give it more, you can lift more, you can lift heavier, you can go harder. So that in turn, I guess, is that little circle loop kind of vibe.
Feeds back to itself, like recover better, and then you get the results,
harder,
you get the results, you get a bit stronger between your sessions, then you go back, you can lift a bit more, and then it just carries on that little like continuum. It's a continuum, people.
The protein circle of...
gains.
Yeah, let's go. Of gains. That's what I was going to, a circle of life. We love a little Disney reference.
I'm a Disney princess or Disney queen, what do you reckon?
Princess, definitely.
Yes.
But yeah, so they're the main reasons. I mean, we're obviously personal trainers. We work with people who are training, so they're gonna ideally be the main reasons. I guess as well, it can help you feel fuller for longer as well. So if you are on a dieting journey, then that is going to be important for you to have those satiating meals.
Yeah,
as
all
well.
the more reason to prioritize it. And with that, the perfect thing on a dieting phase, if you are trying to lose some fat, is making you feel more full, like you said. And that's where I actually choose some cuts of meat that aren't ground meat, something that I actually have to cut up and chew, so it's longer between each bite, and actually have to. That helps me feel more full as well. And then once you're digesting that, it actually burns a few more calories digesting it. Not huge amounts, but enough to be notable there as well.
That's it. So anyway, let's backtrack a bit. What the fuck is protein?
Protein, it is the building blocks, so the building blocks for most things that happen in our body. So it's a pretty complex molecule system, and it does a lot within the body. So I think it does like something crazy, like 50,000 different roles in the body.
All right, list them. Go.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, but to put it blankly, basically, it's going to be in charge of function within the cell. So it's going to help them do what they need to do. It's going to help repair and replenish within your organs and tissues. So it's really going to help with those as well.
Yeah.
And then also your hormones. It helps with how those function. So a lot of the things that go on within the body actually need the protein to be able to function.
Yes. And proteins, it's in your diet already anyway for most of us, right? Through food, but your body also, makes protein as well, right?
There's 20 different amino acids. So those molecules that I spoke about, it's actually little things called amino acids that come together, okay? There's 20 different amino acids, and our body can produce 11 of them, which is pretty cool. So it can get most of the proteins that we need just within the body itself. But there's 9 that it does need, okay, that we can't produce. You actually have to get from food.
Yes. So with those 9 essential amino acids that you need to consume through food, how are we going to get them? And tell us a bit more about those 9. Complete versus incomplete, I guess,
Complete
is where
versus
we're going to roll.
incomplete, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So look, those 9, so in simple definitions, complete versus incomplete food sources or protein sources are going to be the ones that either include all 9 of the amino acids or ones that just have parts of them. So if it is going to be a complete protein source, it has all 9 of those ones that the body cannot produce itself. And then incomplete, it doesn't have, it might just have a few of them. And you can mix and match foods to get those, especially people that might be veg or vegan. They may have to be quite conscious of how they're matching those foods to get a complete protein source.
Yes. Yeah, if you are veg or vegan, you can totally still eat a high protein diet, but you just need to do a bit more work to make sure you are getting those complete sources, right? It's a lot easier if you eat meat.
It really is, because if you think about fish, beef, pork,
chicken,
like poultry, dairy as well. Poultry, so like birds,
No.
Would you not say? I could say, chicken, turkey, list them off, but they're going to be in that category. And they are all complete proteins. So if you're eating meat and you're not vegan, so you're getting those sources, it's actually pretty easy to get a complete protein source in that array. But if you're not and you're a veggie, then there's not so many options, but there is some that do have a complete protein source. And so I'm just going to list them off. You got quinoa, tofu, tempeh, edamame, pistachios, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and buckwheat.
Yes.
So you can
you
get
know where
these
I'm going
things.
at with that.
Yeah, I can. But trying to get you go on. You say what you're going to say, because I know what's going to come out.
I mean, look, pistachios, right? That's where it gets me, right? Pistachios, great, love a pistachio, but to get the you know where I'm going at here. So to get the benefits, like you're going to eat 100 grams of
protein.
Yeah.
So let's put it into layman terms. So just giving you a little bit of wider nutrition knowledge here.
Yes.
So fats, like in your food, you've got protein, fats, and carbs. Proteins are 4 calories a gram. Carbs, 4 calories a gram. Fats, 9 calories a gram. Alcohol, 7, if you want to include that as well. Pistachios, very, very high in fats, okay? So for 100 grams of pistachios, I think you can get about 20 grams of protein, but in that 100 grams, you're probably going to get like 50 grams of fats. This is me plucking a number out of the air. I don't know the actual numbers, but if you do, then that's 450 calories from fats, plus the protein
Yes.
source, so that's another 80, and then
Yeah,
whatever else is
there
in
you
there,
go.
some carbs. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so there's a lot. Oh, you just pull it up.
562 calories and 100 grams of pistachios.
Yeah, so that's probably not going to be a great way. Even though they taste fucking good, they give you
Yeah,
lots of
and
good fats
yeah,
and everything.
yes.
It's not an ideal
Yes.
source of protein
But
if
you
you're
can
just eating
sprinkle
it.
some on top of your salads or something, right?
Get a couple
yeah.
grams here and there.
Yeah, sorry, that was a bit of a tangent then, but
There are some proteins that aren't going to be quite as good,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So mainly things that come from wheat and stuff, they're not going to be very complete, especially when you're trying to use that protein to build muscle.
So an example of building a complete protein, if you are vegan or veggie, is the good old beans and rice. Yeah, I feel like if you've been a vegan or a veggie for a while, you are on top of most of this, but it's also a way if you feel like you don't want to eat meat every single night. I get that. Like people trying to have those meat-free days, beans and rice together, and get your 9 complete proteins.
Love it. Love it.
So I guess that's a basic little rundown of what protein is and a couple of examples of foods with protein, etc. So how much protein? The money question, right?
The money question that so many people love to chuck a specific number at or really get locked down in, and there's a range, okay?
Yes.
The range at the moment is about 1.6 to 2.2. Lana sent me a post just before that was like 1.5 to 2, and it's within that range. You know, 1.6 isn't better than 1.5 really, and 2.17 isn't better than 2. Okay, it's gonna make a difference, especially when you're trying to recover and get those protein sources in. But the main thing is that you do what works for you, and the general guidance within the bodybuilding industry and trying to build muscle is going to be a gram per pound of body weight. So that's 2.2 is per kilo of body weight. So basically it's 2.2 per kilo.
Yeah, so basically for someone who weighs 65 kilograms, right, 2.2 grams is going to be approximately 130 to 140 grams of protein, right? So just that's a little example.
Yeah, and that's it. So for those people on the low end, you're looking at about 100 grams, and on the high end, you're looking at about 130 grams. But that is something really simple that you can work out. Jump on the scales, look at your body weight, and then times it by 2.2, and then from there, you've got your high end and the goal. And the reason that I kind of put people up on the high end, unless they are really, really struggling to eat all their protein, or they're just starting out and they really don't eat meat or they're veg or something, then I will actually start them out on the lower end. But I normally go higher because when you are eating that food and you are tracking your food, okay, we'll talk about that in a second, but there are some discrepancies. And what you read on the back of your food, that nutritional information there, it will say X amount of grams per 100 grams of this food, okay? And that will be X amount of protein per 100 grams. And with that, that can be wrong. So you think, that says an exact 9.7 grams of protein per 100 grams. No, it doesn't actually mean that. Those can legally be 20% wrong in either direction.
But I would argue things like chicken breast, right? It's not going to be wrong there. Chicken breast is a chicken breast, right?
It is,
to an extent, but if there's a
get
bit more fat in it, or
or like it's been pumped full of water and stuff, you just have to look at it like
a
bit more vaguely. And we have done it before, and I have definitely done it before, where I get into the precision of something, and I've said to somebody, this is your protein, you get eating 134 grams of protein, and they're like, yep, cool, got it. I hit my target. If you go into how well they weighed it and how specifically they tracked it, and then you go into the discrepancy in the nutritional values and everything, just use a round number. As long as you're close to it and ballpark, shoot a little bit higher just in case, because you are trying to get those benefits that we spoke about. You're trying to be able to recover better, get more gains, you know, increase the bodily functions, all of those things. Then shoot a little bit higher. Better to be safe than sorry.
I agree. With the, just going maybe semi off track here, with the whole chat about getting more gains and protein and bulking and gym bro chat, I just want to bust a little myth while we're here. Is eating protein going to make you bulky?
I would say no. Obviously, if you pop a couple steroids at the same time as you're eating your protein, and X, Y, Z, then yeah, you might get a bit of bulk on there. But unless you're Arnie there, lifting 7 days a week and your protein is on point, your nutrition's on point, and you've got some extra help, it's very unlikely that you're going to get crazy bulky from eating there. Some people have very good genetics. They don't have to train very hard or eat very well to get it. But for the general population, most people...
and I think when we say gains, we somewhat maybe lean towards more saying, meaning in the sense of lean muscle mass, right? Opposed to like bulk, right?
And that's it. And a lot of those people that look hell bulky, they've just got a lot of body fat.
That as well, yes. Okay, great. That's cleared up. So what else do we want to chat about? What else we got to say there on the good old protein chat?
Well, I think that we've just got a couple of numbers here, and I'm going to look at my screen and I'm just going to show you them because I just want to see some comparisons. So for 100 grams of meat versus so I've got two all complete protein sources here, and we've got our veggie versus our meat, and just so you can kind of understand in per 100 grams of all of these things, how much protein you can be looking at getting. So on the non-meat side, complete protein sources, so for quinoa, it's pretty low, but you get some good fiber from it. So 100 grams of cooked quinoa is 4 grams of protein, okay? And if you think about it in your grand scheme of 65 kilo person that's trying to get 2.2 grams of protein in, so 130 grams of protein a day, it is going to take you a lot of quinoa to eat that, okay?
Yes.
Tofu, you get from the extra firm tofu, I think it's 13 grams of protein per 100 grams.
Yeah.
Tempeh is about 19, so up there a little bit more. And then edamame, it's at 11 per 100 grams. So obviously edamame, then you get soy extract stuff, so you might be able to get that from other soy products too.
Yeah, cool. So onto the meat, right? So you've written raw here, I realized. I've gone and got
For the meat, I've gone raw. Oh, you gone cooked, that's fine. Well, I wrote raw because I always do my stuff raw. I try to be consistent, and then I use on my FitnessPal when I track my food, I use USDA regulated stuff so I can get that basic good nutritional value.
We just did a little pause then. We wanted to double check those exact numbers there, all right? Keep things nice and consistent, that's it. So yeah, for our chicken breast, 100 grams of raw chicken breast, around about 31 grams, but are we gonna round it down? Let's just say 30 grams.
30 grams,
yeah. We'll take that one off. So 30-ish grams, okay? We'll keep some whole numbers here. For your 10% fat ground mince, just your beef mince there. When you're in the supermarket, you'll see the percentages there. So some can have more fats than protein, right? We've got 20 grams, okay? So for the 10% fat ground beef, 20 grams per 100 grams. Barramundi, 100 grams of barramundi is going to give you 20 grams-ish as well. And then for pork, we're thinking 27 to 30-ish grams there. Let's round it up to 30 or round it down to 25.
Round down to 25 because I think that with that one, you're going to get more fats in the porky stuff. So I'll just say keep it there, and then people might be less inclined to dive to it as their lean protein source. And obviously with the beef, 10% fat, it's 10% fat is a range, it's probably going to be between 8 and 12%. It's not going to be as accurate as you think, but it's still a good protein source. And you can see there from those numbers, the big range that you will get between cooked or raw chicken breast and say edamame, for example. So per 100 grams, you're getting about 10 grams more. So it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So eat your meat.
Eat your meat. That's what he said.
Oh, shit.
You're listening to the Train Together podcast with Lana Parks and Jack Faulkner.
Rightio, so let's have a little look at a day on a plate. So for someone, good old day on a plate, controversial. Yeah. But just to give a couple of ideas, all right, this is not pre-planned right now. So we're going to just throw off and bounce off each other some little ideas of how you might get some protein into your breakfast, a snack, your lunch, a snack, and dinner.
That's a lot of snacks. I don't actually eat all those things.
Everyone's
so
a little bit different.
Exactly.
Some people, I'm just,
Okay, so my numbers might not be accurate here. I'm going to guess out my protein, but on a weekday, I'm pretty rubbish at eating breakfast because I start work at about 6:15, and then I don't finish normally until like 1:30 to 3:30. I have been better recently at bringing in my food, and if Lana guessed my lunch, if there was one meal that I would eat every single day, what is it?
Mexican mince mix.
And
whatever
that
you
one,
wanna
I'm
call
pretty
it.
good. I know that it's there because I eat it most days, probably 5 days a week. I reckon I've eaten about 200 burritos already this year, tallying them off. But
You
so
need a mince sponsor.
I do. Probably someone that's not Woolies. It's what's the I'm not going to go into that, but the stuff they're feeding the cattle at the moment. I'm not even going to go there.
We're all going to die somehow.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So for my protein and that lunch straight away, that's just 75 grams of protein straight up, which I try to split if I can, if I'm not just starving, and smash it down in one. That's got about 300 grams of mince in it. It's got about 70 grams of kidney beans, and it's got a spice sachet and some capsicum, red onion. So some vitamins in there as well, which is good. And then I just put it in a wrap and hoe it down.
Love that.
But on my normal days, I will try and have a breakfast that is either oats with protein, a smoothie. Protein powder. So if I'm going to put protein powder in, it's normally on the days that I know that I'm not going to eat as much protein. So I'm pretty good at getting my protein in my meals. So I eat a lot of chicken, I eat a lot of beef, and I drink a good amount of milk. Like I love cereal. That's like a decent snack that I will have. And so normally I can get my protein over those. But if I'm having a day where I know we're going to be out most of the day, I don't have the chance to cook a big high protein meal, I'll normally smash two scoops of protein powder, whether it's between my oats or just a straight smoothie or straight shake, because that's going to give me 50 grams to 60 grams of protein straight away. Really easy. And that way, if I'm trying to... Exactly.
Right?
Convenient, easy, cheap, and it's a whole complete protein source.
Yeah, so you don't have to have a protein powder in your diet, but if you are struggling to get protein into your diet, then a shake or a powder is a great and easy and convenient way to do so.
Exactly.
Right?
We talk about tools in the toolbox. It's a tool in the toolbox.
Yeah, that's it. And protein powder isn't, I wouldn't really view it as being a supplement. I guess it is a supplement because you're supping it out for, like you're supplementing not being able to get enough in. Yeah. It's just part of your diet anyway, is what I'm trying to get at.
With protein, so we'll talk about whey protein for now.
Yeah.
So whey protein, normally you get it in an isolate or concentrate. So normally it's about 80 or 90%, depending on the quality that you get. So 90% is normally the isolate, so you get more whey in it. And with that, it's just basically when they produce cheese or yogurt, you have a byproduct, which is whey, and they extract that, they dry it, and it's in powder form.
Yeah,
and then
so
put
it's
a
not
flavouring
vegan.
With it. No,
right?
no, it's not.
But there are vegan options. So
yeah, they taste like shit. Normally.
No, some of them are good. Some of them are decent. I think you just got to shop around.
Yeah.
Okay, so that just took us on a little
tangent. Protein powders. We're going to tick that off later anyway. So we've done that, bang. But I'll just finish my day and then we'll go straight to yours. So that we talk breakfast. We have some either like protein if I need it, or I'll have something eggs on toast where I'll get some avo in there too. So I normally, when I talk eggs on toast, I'm going 6 eggs. That's 36 grams of protein because it's 6 grams-ish per egg. And that's how I'm using it as a protein source. If you're telling me I had some protein, I had 1 boiled egg, mate, fuck, it's not even touching the sides. That's 6 grams out of your 130 grams-ish. It's not doing much for you. It's going to help. It's like, obviously, one of those stepping stones.
There's ways you can make your eggs on toast a high protein diet, though, which I'll explain because that's how I
what
get.
You do?
Yeah.
So obviously that's my breakfast. Lunch, I normally have my taco mix very consistently. And then for dinner, we're going meat, veggies, and a carb sauce, you know? So very traditional. We absolutely smash the Weber. So we do a lot of chicken, a lot of high protein sausages, or some kind of steak that we'll have on there. Air fryer chips, we live off them, or some roast veggies in the oven, and then some kind of veggies that we can get in there as well.
Nice.
Or just smashing the spag bowl for a couple of days, because that's easy, quick, and the girls
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
All right, talk us through it. What have you got, Lara?
All right, my couple of go-tos, brekkie-wise, we're talking eggs on toast. I love a bit of eggs on toast. So with eggs on toast, I'll only do 2 eggs, right? But I'll have some avocado, and then the secret here is your cottage cheese. You mix your cottage cheese in with your avocado, bit of lemon, salt and pepper, chili flakes. So if you have 100-ish grams of cottage cheese, it's about 10 grams of protein. So that with your 2 eggs, you got 20 grams. Your toast or your bread, depending on the bread, you can get a higher protein bread.
Not going to be complete though.
No, but
it will help.
Yes, it will help.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What brand of cottage cheese do you use? Because I'm not a cottage cheese fan. Like, I do not love it.
By
But what
itself,
one do you
I'm
have?
not gonna. I just the Woolies, the
Right,
home
okay,
brand.
yeah,
I'm a home brand.
I've tried the
bitch,
pancakes. I've tried all sorts. It's just not for me. But I'm going to give it another nudge soon.
Yeah, give it another. Do you like avocado?
Yeah.
Yeah, with avocado, you gotta get the ratio right. Otherwise, it's too cottage cheesy. But if you like it go with the lemon, salt and pepper. You can spice it up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just a good old smoothie gal. Or the smoothie, protein powder, or Wheat Bix. Love a couple of Wheat Bix with yogurt on top though.
Yeah.
And milk. I'm a dairy queen.
Yeah.
I can handle my dairy. I know a lot of people can't handle their dairy, but I...
if you know, you know.
Yeah, I smash my dairy. Lunch-wise, I'm a leftovers type of gal.
Yep.
So whatever we had the night before, I'll usually eat for lunch. So yeah, taco mince is a go-to. Chicken breast, just good old chicken breast with salad, veggies, or I'll throw it on a wrap or a sanger. And snack-wise,
sanger. For anybody that isn't
sandwich,
in Australia right now, that means sandwich.
Buddy.
Butty.
Butty.
Yes.
Buddy.
Bacon butty, mate.
Yeah, bacon butty. What else we got? We've got snacks. So for snacks,
Little yogurt pouch.
Yogurt again, love a yogurt pouch. You can get 15 grams of protein in your little yogurt pouch, usually 100-ish
in
calories.
about 20 seconds.
Yeah, literally. Tuna is a great one with your cottage cheese again on a little rice cracker. Love that. And then dinner, we eat meat in our family, so we'll either have steak, again, chicken breast, or mince. They're probably our main go-tos there. The occasional fish. We probably should eat some more fish.
Yeah, that's why I put barramundi on the list, is
fish,
because like, I'm not a big fish guy, but I can do whitefish more, and prawns and things like that definitely have a good amount of protein there too.
Yes.
A prawn curry, that's a solid one.
Yeah. I'm pretty basic when it comes to food though, and I'm a creature of habit, so I don't mix. I'm a basic bitch. I don't mix shit up too much. All right, that was a bit of anticlimax, our diet, I think. We're quite boring on the scene of, you can mix things up, guys. You can get more interesting than us, but I feel like we're both pretty,
consistent. And obviously we have been in times and places where we're on holidays or something like that, and our protein is low, and we just do what we can to get it in there. But I find when I'm working, I need something that's easy. I can make 3 portions of my lunch in 20 minutes tops, and it's really simple. And if I want to do it really basic and not do the veggies and chop them up, I just go mince, kidney beans, spice. Like, I'm done in 10 minutes. It's super easy, and it's something that is just convenient, and I can happily eat it every day. So find your consistent easy that you can consistently eat, and then that's going to be really important for you getting your protein source in.
Boom. All right, I feel like we've mostly covered everything that we wanted to get across. Do you agree?
Is there anything, if you were going to a trainer right now, what would you ask them? Is there anything that we haven't covered?
If I was going to ask someone?
Or if someone was coming to you, what's questions that they've asked?
Are you thinking of something?
Yeah.
What?
So so I've just thought of something then.
Yeah.
So tracking. So how do you find out how much protein is actually in your food, Lara?
Google.
Google, tick.
MyFitnessPal, I guess, is a great app that you can use, which is going to help you just literally log in how much or what the product is, and it will spit out the roundabout number of how many grams of protein is in that exact amount of food.
So how do you find out how much protein is actually in your food, Lara?
Google.
Google, tick.
MyFitnessPal, I guess, is a great app that you can use, which is going to help you just literally log in how much or what the product is, and it will spit out the roundabout number of how many grams of protein is in that exact amount of food. It's a great tool. Eventually, you don't have to look at it every time. You know that your 100 grams has the 30-ish grams of protein, right? So you can do it for a hot minute, and then once you have done it, you've learnt, then you create your day of food.
Yep.
Essentially.
And with MyFitnessPal, you don't have to pay for it. They'll put that little
It's
screen up
free.
a million times. Press the little X. You can use it on the desktop or you can use it on your phone. I love it. Obviously, with MyFitnessPal, you can have the discrepancies that we spoke about, and people can actually input their own data to it, so they can put their own product in. That's why I like to use the USDA regulated one, especially for my raw, uncooked meats. And I also like to use a gram amount. So if I can find one that is gram over cups or ounces, what I can do then is make my serving size 1 gram, and then type the exact amount that is on my scales. And it might seem a little bit daunting, the fact that you may have to cut something up, and with the chicken, I might put my chicken breast packet on the scales, take a bit out, cut it off, put it back in, find out the amount that I want, and then leave that out. And it may seem like a lot, but if you actually want to get the results and you want to feel more full, have better recovery, get more lean muscle mass or gains, then you are going to need to do this at some point. It's a skill, it's a tool in the toolbox that we talk about. You have to learn it. And if you don't want to learn it, fair play. The world needs mediocre people too. You can be one of those. All right. So look, good tool to use it at some point. That was probably protein, pretty much covered. There's more, there's less. We could have done less, could have done more.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say for today. So hopefully we have helped you understand protein a little bit more, given you a little bit more confidence when it comes to adding more protein into your diet, with your training, or just in life in general. Episode 7, protein, protein, protein.
That's it. If in doubt, aim for 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight. See ya.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Gee-hoo. Hopefully we have helped you understand protein a little bit more, given you a little bit more confidence when it comes to adding more protein into your diet, with your training, or just in life in general. Episode 7, protein, protein, protein.
That's it. If in doubt, aim for 2.2 grams per kilo of body weight.